Chrissy Swan Show.
Oh, hi. We're here. Chrissy and Jack, how are you? I'm so glad that you're here too.
Thanks, Swanee.
From memory, I discuss an appendix left in a Darrelly lolly jar.
I think you could, Swan.
I think I do. Stick around for that one.
We'll also check in with Dr. Chris Brown and play a round of Stump Chrissy with him.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Dr. Chris Brown is on his way in. I cannot wait to see him and talk about all his new shows for Channel 7.
Right. I want to ask him about that fantastic trench he was wearing in Stella.
Oh, yes.
I want that trench.
That was gorgeous. Because I hope he didn't leave that trench behind in the Uber on the way home from the shoot because...
I see what you've done there, Swanee.
Thank you, Jack. The strangest things ever left in an Uber have been released. They do this every year, and I live for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
It is such a gorgeous article every year because, you know, I'm so forgetful.
Yeah.
I look at this list and I go, there for the grace of God go I.
This has chaotic Chrissy all over
It's very weird. I've never left anything in an Uber. That's one thing I haven't done, which really surprises me.
Do you think, though, because you don't drink, you don't catch Ubers as much? Like, I live in Uber because of my shenanigans.
Yes. Have you ever left anything behind?
Yeah, keys. And I had to drive so far west out of the city to get them. It was, yeah.
Sometimes Uber drivers bring them back to you, which is a very kind thing.
I bribed my dude, but no.
And he wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Hey, my dude. Here are some of the things that have been left in the back of Ubers. A frontal hair toupee. A rat skeleton.
What?
Yeah. My robot. A stand-up paddleboard paddle.
Why are you taking that in an Uber?
3 feathers. A fake butt. A wizard woman.
What's a wizard woman?
I don't even know.
That sounds like a toy of some sort.
A paternity test.
Ooh.
That's fairly important.
I would have kept that and had a read.
And this one. 3 Japanese ceramic decorative cats, 1 gold, 1 black and 1 pink, all fist-sized.
So are the drivers giving detailed reports back to Uber of what they're finding?
And I think you can also write in the app.
What exactly you've left behind? Of course,
so
and
you
I've
get
got a
out
record.
and you realise, and then you do that. Now, my brain goes to the conversation that occurs.
Yeah.
To try and get this item back. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, Uber. Oh, hi. Look, I was in a cab last night. Oh, by the way, how are you? Yeah, my name's Chrissy. Yeah. I was in an Uber last night and I have misplaced a tray of meat pies, and I'm just wondering, could you check with the driver and see if it's there? The conversations are the ones I love, and we've all had these conversations.
Yeah.
13 24 10. Have you ever left something very odd behind, maybe in a hotel room or an Uber or a taxi?
Jump on the line.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Love paying less? Paying less for your favourite beauty brands, paying less for glowing skin? And who doesn't love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline.
Shop in store or online.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking about Uber has released the list of the weirdest things that have been left in the back of cars. We've got our friends from Hertz here today, and I just said, hey, you would know. What's the weirdest thing that's been left in the back of a rental car? And they said, sorry, we're the wrong team. To talk about that.
It's your mate, and you need to ask your mate in Hobart.
I know, Julian.
Julian.
Now, here are a few more. I left a leaf in your car that is very much needed. I have left 2 containers with spiders in them. I have left a Beyonce fold-up fan. I mean, that's important.
That's important.
And this one, I've left my girlfriend's pregnant pills. I didn't know that's how you got pregnant, but obviously that's what I don't know anything.
What's pregnant?
My favourite part about leaving something in the back of a car when it is, you really need to decide in that moment, is the thing too weird to share with someone else?
Yes.
Or are you just going to let it go? A few of these I would let go.
Absolutely. The leaves, like what?
Yeah, I know. Like if I had left a spear and a furry foxtail in the back of an Uber, I would let that go.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be the person saying, oh, hi, I'm just wondering, furry foxtail. My sister had her appendix out, right? And it's part of family folklore, Swan family folklore. Thousands, millions of people have their appendix out, no big deal. But for some reason, in the 80s or 70s, 80s when she would have had it done.
No, don't.
70s she had it done. You were allowed to take home the thing that they took out of your body.
What? What does it even look like?
It's like a twisty dried apple. Right?
Yuck.
It looks like that. So I grew up with this appendix suspended in formaldehyde, and I don't know what, it was in a little jar. Anyway, that was just something that happened in my family that nobody questioned. That's my sister's appendix. It's
And
in
where
her
would
bedroom.
it sit? Oh, in her room.
In her bedroom, on a shelf with
That
other
is
bits
so
and bobs.
cruel.
I know. Anyway, Dad was visiting from Adelaide one time, and he said, "Hey, have you still got your appendix? I want to see it." So Elizabeth brought it into the hotel where Dad was staying, and we all
Wow.
oohed and ahed over this. Like, yeah, it's good to see you again, appendix. Elizabeth left it in the hotel room and had to call reception the next day and say, "Hi, so I've left something in the hotel room. Just go with me here. It is my appendix suspended in formaldehyde in an hourglass-shaped Darryl Lee lolly jar."
Shake.
And we never saw it again. I think the housekeepers threw it away. But that conversation, I live for it.
Bizarre.
Cassidy, what have you left in the back of in a hotel room?
So we went to a family holiday down the Gold Coast, and my 2-year-old at the time was still toilet training and sort of had a big fear of like normal toilet.
Yeah.
So we took our little baby potty along with us so that she could use that.
Yeah, fair.
And once we got all the way back home after our little trip, we realised we'd left the used potty in our room.
With a poo in it?
No, we did empty whatever was in it, but
Did you have to call reception and say, "I need that potty
Mummy
back"?
needs a potty.
Yeah.
No.
Let it
We
go.
just thought it was nicely tucked behind the toilet, so we thought the next people might just think that comes with
Oh,
the room.
I like that. A little community service. Good on you, Cass. Hey, Naomi.
Hello, Chrissy.
Hello. What did you leave behind?
The item was not that interesting. It was an iPad at an Airbnb in Croatia, and we had that conversation. We knew exactly where it was, so we 100% knew it was there. Anyway, they swore black and blue they didn't have it. But then months later, when I was looking through my photos, I have 3 daughters. All of a sudden, there's photos of young boys in their underpants dancing around the lounge room in their home, and I freaked out. I was like, what is this? And then we worked out they had obviously had the iPad
Thieves.
and uploaded the photos and
is
images, and I was getting them.
that is fantastic.
iCloud will get ya.
Yeah.
Let's go to Natalis.
Hey, how you going?
Hey, good. What did you leave in the back of an Uber, Natalis?
I went to a wig party with one of my friends, and I dressed up as Lady Gaga and used one of my wife's wigs to do that. So, and as I was coming home, I took it off before I got in the Uber and left it in the Uber. And I thought, oh, nothing of it. It's just a wig. I don't want to have that awkward confrontation until the wife told me it was a $700 wig.
Oh.
So there was a bit of a language barrier there trying to get the wig back from this Uber driver. So it was very awkward.
But you got it?
Well, I did get it. I did.
Good on you.
Must
Thank
be
you.
a good wig.
You get to keep your wife. A good wig is a wonderful thing.
Right?
I used to love a wig. I used to have this fantastic one I got from an op shop, which was like a Auburn coupe sauvage.
When would you wear it?
Oh, like me and my friends would come over and drink too much red wine and put them
Oh,
all on and
fun.
take photos of ourselves. Tyler, we'll finish with you. Your dad is an Uber driver. What did he find?
So my dad's an Uber driver, and he was telling me this story about how someone had left an adult toy in his car.
Really?
Did you return it to Chrissy Swan?
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
I believe this is the first time we've
It is, Swanee.
been honoured to welcome the great Dr. Chris Brown.
Thank you. As I spluttering after drinking scaldingly hot tea.
Well, look, I did make you that cup of tea, and it's not my fault because it comes out exactly that temperature from a tap.
It's like when a barista, I always find, like manages to boil water at 120 degrees. Like they somehow boil it hotter than anything even possible.
Jack really does not like a super hot latte.
I hate it. And it's not how it's meant to be served or made. Like, get it right. It's your job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for not sugarcoating it, just coming straight out with your true opinions on that topic. You're right. You're right. You're
Stop
right. It should be. You shouldn't have to wait 20 minutes
No.
before you drink your coffee.
Absolutely.
Agree. You're also hosting Dancing with the Stars. Can I ask you, can you dance?
Can I dance? Yes. Do I dance? Yes. Should I have danced? No.
What is your go-to move at a party? When people are like, come and dance!
Yeah.
What is it? Stand up and show me.
Well, like,
I like this.
It's like a little bit of a...
Oh, wow.
Shimmy shake thing.
Oh, you are a 70-year-old man called Kevin.
I know, but I can't control the face, right? And so I have long limbs and arms and so it never looks good, right?
No, it doesn't.
No, I know. And I do
What
this face
was that
thing.
again? I'm taking
Do it again. Do it again.
It's like a little. And
he's like
terrible.
shimmying his shoulders. It's terrible.
It's awful. It's awful.
Oh my God, you do that and I miss Daryl Summers.
But do you?
Which is really saying something. He's one of the worst.
Oh,
But
God.
this is so. I'm obviously teamed up with Sonia Kruger, who is dance.
Yes.
Tina Sparkle.
Yes, she is dance.
Does she ever dance in the show? No. But does she take great amusement out of seeing me dance? Yes. Yes, she does. So
I'm really looking forward to it.
Same.
there are
Because
just
you're sort of goofy and tall and lovely.
There are just little flashes, little moments where you go, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that."
Do you do air drums like our good friend Daryl?
No,
Oh,
but
that's a
I
shame.
do move people around a studio floor a lot, and yes, say a lot of things that I. Anyway,
When I was researching you, I came across a few examples of your musical prowess. You can play the guitar. I saw you doing a little skit with Sam Mack singing. I saw you also singing Amazing Grace on the living room.
yeah, it's like the dancing though. Do I do those
Should
things?
you do
Yes.
that?
Should I do those things? No.
Well, let's see.
Stumped Chrissy.
Now, Chris, Swanee's a bit of an oracle when it comes to music, so she's hard to beat in this game. But essentially, she's dancing too.
Tina.
Call ya, I need ya, my heart's on fire.
Now, I've picked a year here, 2015, and we are going to go through some of the biggest songs.
Come to me, wild and wild.
You know the next bit?
Will
Will you come to me?
Alrighty, your names are your buzzers.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to play the first few seconds of a song. You need to buzz in with your name first and give me the title and artist if you can.
All right,
Sure.
got it.
Do you know I've
Best
done the
of three.
Nutbush in Nutbush? Fun fact.
Wow.
Is Nutbush a place?
Yep, just outside of Tennessee.
I did not
And
know
it's a town.
that.
It's a town. That's what the song's about.
Alrighty, song number 1. Sorry.
Nice to meet you. Where you been? It's Taylor Swift.
And what's the song name?
I'm gonna do. Oh my God, I can't think of the name.
Swanee! You're meant to be a Swifter crap.
I know.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't think of what it is.
I'm sorry, you're not getting that. It's blank space.
Oh my God, of course.
How did you? That was barely a note.
Be better.
Taylor just breathed in and you got it.
Taylor is my queen
No.
and saviour, but I am not very well rested.
Alrighty, no one is on
You've
the
got an
board.
advantage here.
Song 2.
No.
Need some more?
Yeah.
Yep.
You used to call me.
Oh, God. Hotline Bling Drake.
Yes, Swanee.
What a song.
What a tune.
Walked into a trap.
How do you dance to this?
Yeah, show us. You immediately lose all hot doctor cred when you start doing
It
that.
is actually, it's a multi-purpose move, though.
Alrighty, song number 3. Come on, Chris, you got to get in here.
Yep. Chris.
Yeah.
That is Ed Sheeran. Thinking Out Loud.
Hey!
What a song. I like this song, and I'm not mad on Ed Sheeran.
I agree.
Yeah. Just too much of a good thing. It's like Christmas
Yeah.
lunch.
I think it's a little bit sameish too.
Much
Wow.
like Taylor Swift.
How very
I agree with that. I
Much
actually,
like Taylor
controversial opinion. I agree
Thank
with
you
that.
so much for your time.
Alrighty, final song. This is Even Steven, final song.
Oh, yes. Jared James, Do You Remember?
Wow, good.
Well done.
One of the greats. My top 10 of all time.
Underrated song, I reckon.
Underrated.
Yeah.
We should put this back in rotation on Nova.
Do you remember the way you made me feel?
Stunning.
What a song.
Thank you for coming in, Dr. Chris Brown.
I love you. We're going to watch you on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, look, don't be so greedy.
They're good.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Oh, hi. Thanks for sticking around. It's the Chrissy Swan Show. We are still in Europe. Jack and I. It's how many times have you been?
This is my second time. My first was last year, but this is your first, Swanee.
It is my first time, and I am nervous of giving away too much information, but if you would like a first time or a second time or a 100th time, no judgment.
Head
Go
to the Nova
Player.
app. Or register at Nova FM, and next Monday we can reveal what we'll be giving away. This could be a little hint, this liner I have to read.
I want to say it so bad.
Flight Centre has deals for everyone with flights, cruises, tours and more. Your holiday starts at flightcentre.com.au. Now, before we return in the next hour, Swanee, we're going to be deep diving into a coffee shop saga you experienced.
I still don't know what to do about this, and actually, I've not gone back.
Wow.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Do you ever pass on negative feedback to a restaurant or cafe? I ask you this because I don't, and I never, ever have. And we've all had, I'm a very, understanding person, and I've had bad days, and I understand that even your favourite cafe sometimes has a bad day.
Yeah, they can screw up.
I had the worst coffee of my life.
Really?
Yesterday.
Why was it so bad? What made it terrible?
I order a triple shot flat white. I've been ordering a triple shot flat white from every shop, but particularly this shop, this cafe, for years. And it's great coffee. That's why I'm always there.
Yeah.
There's been some change of business. I know the new owners, lovely. It's renovation. The guy, the barista that is normally there that makes my brew, and another girl that makes my brew, were not there on this day. Now, I don't know if they don't work there anymore. I did not ask. Somebody was making my coffee, and they didn't know me, and I was offended. You know what I mean? It's got to the stage where when you walk into the cafe, they just look at you, they say good morning, and then they start making you coffee, and that gives you a real endorphin rush.
I love being on first name basis at my coffee shop.
Yes. More than first name basis. They know they know what I'm there for.
Yeah, yeah.
So that didn't happen, and I forgive it. That's fine. You're allowed to be new. Well, the coffee came, and it was like a warm milk had looked at a coffee bean.
Gross. There's nothing worse than lukewarm coffee. And I know people say that's how it's meant to be drunk, like it's not meant to be too hot. No, I don't want it lukewarm. I want it with a little bit of bite and hotness.
I agree. The temperature was wrong, but worse. It didn't even taste like coffee. It was milk. It was like a warm milk.
Yeah.
And I took a sip because I always take a sip in front of the person in case I need to fix it.
That is so intimidating.
So I take a sip and I go, I am so sorry, but I asked for a triple shot flat white. This is very weak. So she made it again. And I said, no, don't make it again. Just put an extra shot in it. It'll be fine. She made it again, did the right thing. I tried it again, and it was miraculously even weaker.
And after you've stood there again for another 3 minutes, you start getting angry.
And I said, I am so sorry. Can you just make a shot? And then, there's people queuing up, and I don't want to be a problem, but I've paid $6 for it.
Totally.
And I said, just give me a shot, and I will take care of this. So I tipped some out, and then I poured the shot in, and I made it. Anyway, I hit the road for my walk with my coffee, which is usually the best part of my day. And at about the second garbage bin that I walked past, I put it in the bin. It was
bad.
It was undrinkable. Now,
did you jump on Google and leave a review?
I would never do such a thing. And I would normally never say anything. But should I? I've got the cafe owner's email. Because she catered for me for something.
Wow, so there's
years ago.
A proper relationship there then.
Sort of. Not really. Not as much as I was with the previous owners.
Okay.
But I have got her email address because I bought some sandwiches from her once. Should I email her and say something? Because she wasn't there that day. It is her business. But I don't want to insult her. Okay. What do you think? What should I do?
13 24 10. Let us know what you would do. I think, Swanee, you give them one more chance. Go in tomorrow, order your coffee, and if it's still crap then you let them know.
And can you tell me what to say?
Yeah, I'll write it for you.
Okay, word for word.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
And as Natalie Imbruglia says, I am torn, friends, because I do not like to give negative feedback at all. I feel like it's not my place on anything. I had the worst coffee of my life yesterday from a place I've been going to at least once a week for the last few years. Yes, it has changed hands recently, not so recently. I do know the new owners. They're really shifting things up and doing exciting stuff, which is fabulous. I'm really torn because I feel like if she knew that a regular customer like me had had the worst coffee of her life from her establishment, she would want to know.
Exactly, Swanee. And I know you say you don't like giving negative feedback.
I don't want to tell her
but
though, Jack.
Sometimes it's necessary to be better so that people can be better.
How would I say it, Vanessa? What do I do?
Look, Chrissy, all I can tell you is we've got a fish and chip shop at the end of our street. It's been there for over 40 years. There's a sign on the front door, and what it says is, if you don't like our food, tell us. If you do like our food, tell others.
That is a really
Strong.
good point. But do they mean it? If you went in and you said, this is the worst crab stick I've ever had, would they take that well?
Absolutely, they have, and I've been going there ever since I was a kid. They've recently changed over from hand-cut chips to frozen chips, and I just told them it's not cutting it. They're not as good.
Really?
I share your passion and enthusiasm for chips, Vanessa. But tell me, what's the difference? How do you taste the difference between the hand-cut and the frozen? Because I think frozen are better.
The shape, I mean, a normal potato is oddly shaped, but I feel like they hold so much oil, the frozen chips.
I know. That's why we love them. Hey, Vanessa, you sound really clear and kind. What would you say to the owner of this business, who didn't make the coffee, by the way?
Well, maybe could you ask if they're training someone new rather than attacking them? Yeah.
Okay, so, hi, I came in the other day. You training someone new on the car? I can't say it.
No, that's good. That's a really good way to do it. Also, you've got to remember, you're going to the owner. Deep down, it's not offending them. It's their employee. They'll just tell them, mate.
Oh, I don't know. It's just awful.
Susie.
Susie?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. Are you a complainer or do you just suck it up and move on?
No, I'd suck it up and move on.
Yeah. Hey, your line is really bad, Susie. I want to give you some negative feedback on that.
Let's finish with Catherine Swan.
Catherine, you are very reluctant to give an honest opinion if it's not the best.
I am, Chrissy. I'm very much like you. I don't like negative feedback, especially when it's to me. But I don't like giving negative feedback to anybody. But there was a few weeks ago going to our usual restaurant, or actually, not a restaurant, it's a pub. And I got my chicken and I cut into it and, it was raw. And I did feel really bad, but it's raw. I'm not going to eat raw chicken.
And so what did you say?
I apologised. I said to the waitress, I'm like, I'm really sorry. I don't like bring this up, but my chicken's raw. And then I have all these little bad things in my head. And, you hear all those bad stories where if you send food back, the chef might spit on it. Or
yes,
or
worse.
Drop it on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, please just chuck it on the hot plate and do what you need to do.
And
I'm happy to have the same chicken back.
Did it come back with lots of pubic hairs on it, Catherine?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking about Gen Z's new look. It is called Office Siren. And I, for one, am in full support of it.
I endorse it. I've just realised, all my mates dress like this. It's a vibe.
Basically, what it is it's not overtly sexual, but it's about what you're not showing that makes it saucy. So we're talking maybe a very short skirt and a really oversized jacket.
Blazer.
And you're wearing it to work, and apparently HR have got a problem with it, and they should not. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us about what happened last summer.
So last summer I got sacked after not receiving a shift for 2 months, and then just forgetting to check my roster one week and not realising I had a shift, and they called me the next day and said they don't have room for someone who's prioritising another job. And yeah, didn't even let me explain myself.
But Steph, after 2 months of not getting any shifts, I think it's fair enough that you thought you weren't going to get another one.
Exactly.
Dogs.
Steph, we're going to send you a Priceline pharmacy voucher.
We don't have time. I just love it. I love it so much. I can't wait until my kids are in their early 20s.
I know, and
it's
you
so
get to deal with
exciting.
this.
Brooke, hello.
Hi.
Hi, what is your story?
So I'm an executive assistant and I was sacked because the boss's son was trying to sleep with me the whole time.
Why did you get sacked?
I literally was pulled into a meeting with HR because I performed above expectations. I was very professional. I was so good at my job. And the HR was like, "We need to have a meeting with you." I was like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "We have to let you go. It's not a cultural thing, but we just need to let you go." I was like, "Oh, like what are the reasonings? Like I don't understand why." And they're like, "No, we just have to let you go." I was like, "Oh, okay."
And so they obviously didn't say it's because of the boss's son.
You're too hot.
How did you know that was the reason?
It made sense because that son even moved his office into my office. He was flirting the whole time. He asked me for dinner. Like it was this full thing. And I remember he had to drop me paperwork once and he came to my apartment and the excuse was, "Oh, do you have a coffee machine?" I was like, "Babe, it's 8:00 at night." I was like, "What do you mean? Do I have a coffee machine?" He goes, "Oh, I just wanted to have a coffee with you." I was like, "Babe, gotta go."
That is so amazing.
Babe, gotta go.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.